มาแล้วแอปสร้างรายได้สวัสดีเข้ากับมันนี่อีเซลีตอนนี้ผมก็ได้ที่700แล้วเล่นประมาณครึ่งเดือนตอนนี้เราก็เข้าแค่เพียงแต่เบิ่งวิดีโอเนาะเบิ่งวิดีโอมันจะให้15เหรียญ15เหรียญเราคลิกเข้าไปเลยมาดูกันเลยเข้าไปเลยเบิ่งคลิกซื่อๆเราก็จะได้15เหรียญเนาะ
By the time you'll be watching this video, I've already moved away from the United States.
Strange. I feel a lot more excitement than I feel sadness.
And in fact, bought my dream apartment in the city I was born in, Paris. Now, why on earth would I do that? Leaving California behind after 6 years of living and building here with incredible friends and so much history. Well, I think everyone reaches a moment in their lives where they sense that a chapter has ended and a new one needs to begin. And that's exactly where I found myself for a while now. As a result, I think many were confused as to what happened to us, what changed, and where are we heading? And the reality is that there is a lot that's changed. And so for the first time in what feels like forever, I would like to openly speak to you about the series of events that led me here and what this means for the future of Yes Theory. And so to understand where I find myself today, I would like to begin by asking you a question. How much of your childhood do you remember? As I grow older, I find my memories of where I come from and who I used to be to feel more and more distant. Almost struggling to connect that this previous version of myself is in fact the same person I am today. As I have lived what almost feels like a fantasy life for 7 years.
We've been caught up in the middle of this cricket game and everyone's going crazy.
A life that I could never have pictured even in my wildest dreams, filled with both many highs and many lows, so much developed within me. Yet, the past 2 years of my life became the hardest I'd ever had to go through. I slowly found myself more and more disconnected from who I was and questioned this fast-paced cycle of one experience after another. Was this really what I wanted to continue doing with my life? And why am I feeling so lost? Well, at the start of COVID, my best friend I'd made every decision with for the prior 5 years decided he needed to step away from the hectic life of YouTube.
Well, it's going to be a lot harder than I thought.
A few months later, my family sold our childhood home I'd lived in my entire life, during which I decided to fly back for a last chance to say goodbye.
It's tough. It's really hard to leave.
In the year that followed, my only grandfather still alive passed away, and my grandmother, who I'd always shared an immensely special connection with, passed in a complete surprise at the end of what I was hoping would be my first real break in 2 years, leading to months of grief within my whole family. My grandmother, who grew up an orphan, abandoned at 5 years old, is the one who taught me to care for those who are struggling, and in the process always made me feel so safe alongside her. As the place that I came from and my memories of my childhood started to feel more and more distant, and my base back in LA felt more fragile than ever.
here at home, Florida deputies have made an arrest over a school threat in Cape Coral. They say the student behind it is only 10 years old. That fifth grader allegedly sent text messages about inciting violence at his elementary school. In the wake of Uvalde, the Lee County Sheriff's Office is taking the threats extremely seriously. That boy was interviewed by detectives and charged with making a written threat to conduct a mass shooting.